Hi everyone, my name is Todd. I'm a student at UCSD, and today we're going to make blended green soup with some ingredients from the UCSD Mobile Pantry. So really quick, what is the Mobile Pantry? The Mobile Pantry is a partnered effort by the Trenton Food Pantry and the Student Sustainability Collective to tackle the food insecurity crisis during COVID-19. It's honestly so useful and offers off-campus UCSD students like me with accessible food aid. And it's easy too. To use it, all you need to do is to get to the Mobile Pantry site. So I'm gonna look up Mobile Pantry UCSD. It is the second link. It'll take you to the basic needs website at UCSD, and it'll show you detailed steps of how the Mobile Pantry works, descriptions, and the locations available for pickup. The locations are different every week, so it's important to go ahead and check. They also show an example of the pre-bagged items that you'll get. They have different dietary restriction bags like gluten-free or vegan bagged items. When you decide where you want to get your Mobile Pantry bag, go ahead and click the link associated with that area, and it'll give you more detailed steps of how to get the bag, what parking lot to go to, and go ahead and pick a selected time slot that works for you. Just for sake of an example, I'm just going to choose this random one. And when you get there, all you need to do is put in your first name, your last name, your email, and your student PID. And there's also a My Comment section where you can type a dietary restriction and then just push sign up now. Now all you need to do is to go to the location at your designated time, show them your ID, and that's it. They'll probably be on like a table with a sign, and there'll be a bunch of bags on the table. They're pretty easy to find. So what's in a bag? So there's always a bag of produce that comes with your Mobile Pantry bag. Mine came with some lettuce that we're gonna use in the green soup, an apple, a sweet potato, a regular potato, a grapefruit, I think that's a grapefruit, right? An orange, a head of broccoli. That's it for produce. It also comes with some quick oatmeal, a Ziploc bag of rice, angel hair pasta, 2 things of raisin bran, pad thai rice stick noodles, canned cut green beans, some canned corn, and canned black beans. It also came with this neat bar, which I ate on the spot, and it was really good. So one habit that I like to do before I cook is to look up the recipe that I'm about to cook, just so I could cross-reference ingredients used in different recipes and see how people do it themselves. In this recipe, I'm gonna use the lettuce that I got, potato, and the liquid from the canned corn. I didn't get this on camera, but please wash your vegetables. The way I like to wash my lettuce is to peel each stem and then clean it. Just for some quick anatomy on lettuce, I guess. This is the rib or stem of the lettuce. Dirt usually shows up on the bottom of the stem, so I'll clean the bottom of the stem to the top of the stem. We're gonna peel the potato. One thing I like to do is add a rag or a wet paper towel under my cutting board so it doesn't slip and slide. Yeah, go ahead and cut your potato into small pieces. We're only doing this so that when we cook it in a pot with liquid, it gets tender faster because it's in smaller pieces. Go ahead and put that in a bowl. We're also gonna roughly chop all of the lettuce. There's no particular size that you need. I'm just gonna chop it pretty roughly. Yeah. And I cut all the lettuce, by the way. I'm just skipping ahead. Movie magic. I had this green onion in my fridge that was wilting, and I just decided to use it. As always, I would suggest using anything that you have in your pantry. Again, everything's gonna be blended, so it doesn't matter about the shape or size you chop your vegetables in, just that it's roughly small so that it boils down and gets tender faster. So yeah, I have a pot here at medium heat. I'm gonna add some butter. You can use any type of fat that you have, like olive oil, vegetable oil. I just like butter. So to that butter, I'm going to add my green onion that I cut up and stir around till it gets aromatic or fragrant. Into this butter green onion mix, I decided to add some garlic powder. And mine's getting a little old, so it's clumping up at the end, so I need to shake it a little bit and stir that around. Next, I'm gonna add some lettuce. I'm adding in the lettuce in batches just because I don't want to overfill the pot. What I'm doing here is pretty much adding lettuce, letting it wilt a little bit, adding more lettuce until I add all the lettuce. Also gonna add in the potatoes. Salt it with about 2 pinches of salt. Stir. Now I'm gonna add the liquid of canned corn. I would advise to never throw away canned liquid that you get from like canned corn, canned beans. Canned corn liquid in itself, it adds really nice sweetness to the soup. To that I added 2 cups of water. If you have chicken stock or vegetable stock, that would also be delicious. Online, I saw some people use like a cream of some sorts, maybe coconut milk. If I had coconut milk, I think that would have been delicious. It would have made it more creamy. I also had an old bag of spinach in my fridge, so I decided to add a few handfuls to the pot. Again, use anything that you have in your fridge and just toss it in. This blended green soup is super versatile. After you have everything in the pot, I let this cook for about, roughly you should do 15 to 20 minutes. I just did a little longer because I wanted to make sure everything softened up. Make sure to taste your food as you go. I think that's always an important thing to do. You want to make sure that the ribs of the lettuce are tender and soft by now. The potatoes are breaking apart. So once everything's nice and soft, I'm gonna blend it. I added about half of it to a blender and I started blending. I regret not blending it in batches. What I mean by that is pretty much blending it, taking it out, and then blending another batch. Just because my soup ended up chunkier than I expected, I could have alleviated this by blending it in batches or adding a little more liquid. So yeah, after you blend it, add it back to your pot and simmer it. Go ahead and taste. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah, I added another pinch of salt. Stir it up. And that's it. It's pretty much ready to serve. Now, plating. Or bowling? Plating? Bowls. Plating. Now, one thing I want to say about this soup is that when I plated it, I realized how chunky it was. I definitely regret not adding a little bit more liquid or some sort of milk or cream maybe to lighten up the color as well. It's not the prettiest soup, but I could guarantee you now that it is so good. Like, the taste was on point. So to that, I'm going to add some garlic oil that I made. This is just for garnish. You don't need to make garlic oil, but if you have like olive oil laying around, olive oil would be a great garnish just to add some extra oomph to the soup. I feel like I am so bad at plating, and I think I like dabbed just a huge chunk of garlic in the middle and it looks so weird. Yeah, and then I realized my mistake and I tried to like fix it with a spoon. That is my blended green soup. Now I'm going to taste it. And yeah, guys, like honestly, super good. Like so delicious. And so nutritious as well. It uses a whole head of lettuce. If you are in need for some food resources and live close to campus, highly suggest using the Mobile Pantry. It's so nice and useful. It gives you ingredients to use in your recipes. Yeah, perfecto.